Good morning.
Morning.
It's Glenn and Maria here on a unusually chilly morning for late May in New Mexico. In a minute, you'll be able to see some snow, a little bit of snow on the mountains behind us as we come around the corner. So we're on our morning walk and wanted to share with you some thoughts again that we have in this ongoing dialogue about authentic branding and marketing. And the thought on our minds today is that marketing is changing. It's always been changing and always will be changing. And everything around us is changing all the time. The seasons change. We change throughout our lives. And marketing is one of those many reflections of that. The thing about marketing changing, however, that's so interesting is that it's so visible. The change is so visible. Why? Because what do we do when we market ourselves is we track everything, or at least we ought to be. That's the advisable way of doing it. And when we track things, we get results, we get data. And we can see the data staring us right in the face. That when old methodologies, old tactics don't work the way that they used to. We have an example of that we put together in marketing terminology, something that's called a lead magnet. It's a free offering that encourages people to sign up for your blog. We put 2 months of work into creating a really beautiful document, hired a graphic designer, and we did a lot of work on it. It was a really beautiful document. And then we started doing some promotion around that lead magnet. And barely no one signed up for it. Why? Because everyone's doing that. So it's no longer new, it's no longer interesting, it's no longer something that people see as something unique and valuable. Oh, I want to download this, I want to receive this free resource, and I don't mind giving them my email address to do that. So in other words, when something becomes so pervasive that everyone's doing it, it's no longer as valuable as it used to be when it was unique and new. So marketing is also changing because culture is changing. It's not just tech oriented. Culture is always changing. It always has and always will. Consider Gen X and millennials and how they're very averse to push forms of marketing. Also, the ad blocker technology has advanced to such an extent to where we can keep ourselves from being bombarded by advertising all the time. And then you have online publications that have figured out a little way around that, where you get a link, you click a link to an article that you want to read, and a pop-up comes up and says, well, we make our money off of advertising, so we'd like to ask you to turn off your ad blocker if you want to watch this, if you want to read this article. So they figured out a little way around it. But what it's telling us is how averse people are increasingly becoming to the kind of advertising that we call push marketing or interruption marketing. So what that leaves us with is a need to create valuable, meaningful content that's a gift to people. It's what we're doing here with this video right now. It's what we do with our blogs. And to be truly authentic about it. There's a lot of examples of large companies. Pepsi was one, I think it was about a year ago when they ran that ad with the protest thing. And it caught a lot of flack because it was seen as inauthentic. It was a way of corrupting or co-opting the political tides in the country to a message about buying Pepsi. Those are inauthentic messages. They don't really work. And they can actually backfire. But the more deeply authentic we are, the more we tap into what we're really about and give people messages that are really from the heart, that are really coming from a genuine desire to help people in their lives, their businesses, whatever it may be. That form of marketing is still working. And even still, we have to keep changing with it. We have to keep looking for how the cultural tides are continuing to change and adapt with it. So there you have it. We'd love to hear if you have any comments about how you personally experienced marketing changing for your business. Put that in the comments. Like if you like this video, and subscribe to our blog if you like this content. So we thank you for listening. And again, one last shot of the Sandia Mountains. Sandia Mountains, late May.